I've got to go back up to the start of the notes because somehow I got all the way to the bottom of the notes.
Oh, let's just do the whole show in reverse order. We have to read the words backwards and everything. So it's an hour and a half of no pop.
Oh my God, Barely would kill us.
Ooh, I wonder what my Furries in the news would sound like.
Oh,
Ooh.
I could reverse it sometime if you ever really want.
Yeah, I'm going to make a note to have you do that. I mean, I'm going to say it. All the Furs can hear what it sounds like forward and backward.
And maybe we'll summon a demon. Who knows?
We will find out. The demon of fluff.
All right, are we ready?
Hi.
Okay.
Oh.
So, as many of you know, I'm starting a new Doctor Who podcast with Barely. I wondered,
right.
What does the Doctor do when he's still hungry after he finishes his dinner?
That's a good question. I really don't know.
Why, he goes back 4 seconds.
I just got that. It took me time, but I did that. Wow.
Yeah, well, time is all it takes.
It took some time there. Ooh, well, I'm so glad to hear that music.
Yeah, me too. Hello, and Mubark Fluff to all our valued listeners out there in the Potiverse. As you may have noticed, I am not Barely normal. Barely is in Reno at BLFC at the time of this recording, doing pup stuff with his off-leash podcast co-hosts. So you get the raccoon and the pup this week.
Oh my
But
God.
wait, what pup, you may ask? Because we had a different pup last week. Who could this mystery pup be? Why, it's no other than the most puptacular pup that ever pupped, Taebyn. Taebyn, how the fluff are you, my friend?
Well, hi. It's so nice to actually be back. I've been gone a few weeks for all you Furries that didn't know, or maybe you did know, and I'm back because, well, here I am, and it's been great. I'm good. I've been doing good things, and it's been great, and it's been so busy. Oh, my cow. But, yeah, I'm good. How about you, Mr. Rayne? How are things?
I am good, and you know, wherever you go, there you are.
There you are. And how have the last few weeks been?
They have been busy. Like I said, got started on the new podcast with Barely and my friend James.
He has 4 now, doesn't he? That's crazy.
Yes, this will be our 4th podcast, and we're going to start recording, I believe, on the 12th of November.
So all you Furs. So tell us about it. What's it about? What can all you Furs hear about on this new podcast?
The podcast is called 3 Do Who, and it's just me and Barely and James, and we're going to talk about all things Doctor Who, including some of the things probably not touched on by a lot of other podcasts.
Nice.
I mean, there are a ton of Doctor Who podcasts out there, but we're going to try and throw like a little bit of a spin on it from our perspectives as 3 gay men.
There you go. Oh.
Yes.
I don't know. But definitely, because you're right, there's so many out there. Why would Furs want to do this one? Well, I mean, because Rayne and Barely are in it. I mean, duh.
Well, and it also gives me a really good excuse to chat with my best friend once a month at least. In the video and everything. And we're going to do video with this one. So.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, it will be a video and audio podcast.
Wow. Moving up in the world.
It's only going to be a monthly podcast, so it'll be a lot easier for me it'll give me time to edit the video and get everything, all pretty.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, that's exciting and fun, so you first check that out. And where are they going to be able to find this podcast?
Oh, that's going to be every major podcast platform and YouTube.
Yeah.
Just like our little podcast here.
Just like our little thing here.
Yes, on the Injured Nerves Network.
Time for Jessie for a walk.
Time for Jessie for a walk, indeed. Yes.
I have a challenge for Furs in really soon after I say a few things. But I guess before that, I can say, if any of you Fur knows what that refers to, time for Jessie for a walk, let us know, because we'd love to know if any Fur actually caught that. But we don't know nothing.
We know nothing.
Oh, so let's see. What do I have to say? I have things to say.
You have a challenge. I know that.
I do, but before a challenge.
I
have a fourth. So I've mentioned this before. I have a fourth wall, and there's like merch and stuff. Like I have a shirt design that I'm gonna do and stuff, but I can't make my fourth wall work. So I need the raccoon to help me and stuff. So all you furs, if you've actually gone
give you a hand.
seen that there's nothing there, it's because I'm not good at things because I am just a pup. But raccoon is very good at things, and raccoon will help. So soon, there's actually going to be something there. See, so, I have to solicit for Anthro Northwest Film Festival submissions. I'm organizing the NW Film Festival again this year. I did last year for any that didn't know. And it went well. So for whatever reason,
it did.
Gabriel, the chair, said, "Would you do it again, please, Taebyn?" And I said, "Okay." And it's a lot of work. I don't know why I said okay, but there it is. Anyway, so
because
I would like
you knew you could drag me along into it with you.
It's true. I knew.
I don't mind.
So any furs that would like to submit their video to the Anthro Northwest Film Festival, you can go to the ANW website. That's Anthro Northwest. Sorry, ANTHRONW. So that's anthronw.com. And if you go to the ANW6, the page, you can choose that. Then go up to the top right. There's an events drop-down menu. And the very first thing is Film Festival entry form. And you have until mid-December. Sooner would be great rather than later because I have to organize things.
Yes, and I have to help Taebyn organize things. So.
And last year it got pretty down to the wire. So anyway,
it was.
If you furs have, what types of videos are we looking for? Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. So we're looking for positive, uplifting videos, things that show how great the furry fandom is, or just fun videos. I mean, they've been letting me do my crispy chicken stuff, so I mean, whatever that says. So if you have some really great videos that are uplifting and or fun and or show off how great the furry fandom is, that would be great. They have to be anthropomorphic in nature, obviously, but I say that because last year we had a submission. I won't name who it was from, but we had a submission where they were just giving a review of the new. They weren't They just gave a review of the new Wendy's burger that had just come out or something. Like there was no animals or anything. It was just.
Well, there was the burger.
There's the burger.
It used to be an animal.
It used to be.
It used to be a cow.
But we don't want the. There you go. Exactly. Anyway, so yes, please submit for that, and we would love to see your submissions. And and then send some plug-in things. Of course, plug for Get Out the Float. That's February. Anthro Northwest, in case you don't know, All You Furs is in Seattle in January, and Get Out the Float is in Seaside, Oregon in February. Rayne will be there. Barely will be there. I'll be there. We're we're doing a lot of things for the thing. And so we're looking for panelists. We're looking for volunteers. We're
looking for DJs too.
And DJs, Rayne's heading up the DJs.
I need a couple more DJs. If you have ever DJ'd or you ever want to DJ, live,
be a good place to start.
Please contact me or contact the Get Out the Float. Fill out the Get Out the Float DJ application. It's in the volunteer section, along with the other volunteer stuff.
That's, of course, getoutthefloat.com.
Yes.
And if nothing else, just register and have fun with us and come to the con. It'll be a great time. We went last year, and it was just a good time.
A lot of fun.
Nice little small con that you can actually, hang out and talk with friends and everything like that. So, and there are perks for volunteering, just like always, but there's also non-standard perks. Like you get a bowl of ramen, which is like, where'd that come from? But there it is.
Really good ramen, too, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, Baff has been raving about the ramen. He says it's really good ramen. So, yes.
So he wants to share with everyone. Baff is the chair of the con, in case anyone didn't know.
Yes.
So something that happened today in the FC chat, actually. So shout out to Matcha Bernard, because I said, I'm sorry, Matcha, if I just totally mispronounced your name. It's either Matcha or Matcha Bernard.
Maybe matcha. Matcha is the green tea stuff.
Oh, the green tea. We'll go with matcha. Matcha Bernard. So he said that he couldn't wait for FC, of course.
Well, he has to.
I had said, so who all is excited for FCA? And he said he's very excited because the wait is helping him through his semester in college. And so, of course, I asked, so where are you studying? And he said computer science, but he's switching to multimedia, visual communications, and he might want to do web design and graphic design. So any furs out there that have interest in this or want to talk to some fur about it, talk to Matcha Bernard. I didn't tell Matcha that I was going to tell him for furs to talk to him about these things, but there it is. So I'm very sorry, Matcha. He's not going to listen to this episode or something, or he doesn't even know this podcast exists, and then all of a sudden, like, all these furs will be like DMing him, and it's like, well, Taebyn said, and it's like, sorry. Anyway, so he said, well, what about you? I said, well, I'm just a pup, so I actually don't know anything. I run around, it's basically. Yeah. And he said, well, I would have thought you studied the culinary arts, unless you were just born a pro chef. And that really confused me. It's like, well, are you thinking of someone else? So I all day I was thinking about this. Why was he said that? And so I told my honey this, and he said, oh, well, he must have seen your cooking videos. And then I was like, oh, yeah. I have those.
Yeah, you have
I totally forgot I had those.
Like making toast,
ice and stuff.
Yeah. Well, very important. Those are two very important things. Ice and toast are very important.
Very important things. So I totally forgot that I actually had cooking videos, and that's why he said that. And it's like, duh. Anyway, shout out to Matcha Bernard for all of that, and that was fun. So that brings me to challenge, another challenge for furs.
This has been the first challenge that we've done in a while.
Like, I think the last one might have been season 2. I don't think we even had any last season. I think you're, and I was
not
realizing,
very many.
I was realizing that too. It's like we haven't done this for a while, so I'm just gonna. And so my challenge to you first is to listen to season 1, episode 1 of this show. So 4 years ago. And let us know either via Telegram, chat, or Twitter. Well, I call it Twitter X these days because, like,
yeah, it won't be around much longer, so
it won't be,
don't worry about it.
Or Blue. Do we have a Blue Sky yet?
I don't know if we have a Blue Sky yet. I will have to ask our meme Weasel.
Yes.
You have a Blue Sky.
I have a Blue Sky, so you can either go to Blue Sky or email to our email address how it compares to current episodes, and just let us know how has the show progressed since season 1, episode 1. You can go back and see how horrible it was the very first episode we did this. Now, a side note, I was looking to see what our actual email address was to make sure I knew. And I realized that there's probably a good reason that No Fur ever emails us, because the email address is nowhere to be found. So I'll tell you now that it's barelyfurcasting@gmail.com, and it's fixed on the website.
Yes, I fixed it today.
Rayne fixed it today. It
so
is on the website.
Buzzsprout doesn't give you a lot of editing tools for the webpage. It's
really?
a very simple design. So what I had to do is add it in the show description. So it's added in the show description, and if you go to the show description, you will be able to see it.
And of course, I guess I should say the website is barelyfurcasting.buzzsprout.com.
Indeed.
And I'm assuming any fur that knows about this show has already been to the website, but you never know. You never know. So that's my challenge for you first. Let us know. We want to know, how's the show progressed and how horrible did you think the first episode was? And how compare it to how horrible you think the episodes are now, I guess.
Well, people still keep downloading it, so obviously we're not that terrible.
We're not that terrible, unless they're all like masochistic furs or something. It's like, I want to torture myself today.
Maybe
so
we're really big in the S&M community.
Maybe. I just had a vision, and I'm not going to share it, but I just had a vision.
Skittles and Mars bars? That's what
pretty much.
That's what S&M stands for.
Yeah, I mean, that's all that I could think of. Now I'm hungry. So I want to start a new little small section of the show.
Okay.
And this will come up next week, and Barry will be like, what is this thing that's happening?
What the hell?
He won't know. Because he doesn't listen to the episodes that he's not on, so he doesn't know.
If he wanted to know what was going on, he should be here.
He should actually be listening.
Mm-hmm.
So the new section is cat formations.
Cat formations.
So my honey recently got me a book that's called Cat Formations, Mindful Mantras to Awaken Your Inner Cat.
Oh, well, you know what? This is actually really good for this episode, because last episode, Chitaro did a movie review about a cat. And
I didn't even know that this is working out.
He had said something about, at the end, you maybe not liking cats. I said, no, Taebyn loves cats. Sometimes he chases them, but he loves cats.
And so I guess I'm going to affirm that with some cat formations. So nice.
Let's hear a cat formation.
So there's this book, and I'm going to read, I think I'll do 3 each episode, because they're just little tiny mantra things. And it's really cute. Each page has like a picture of stuff, but the stuff has a kitty in there somehow. Like, I'll show, maybe I'll take a picture and then post this on the website so you can see some of these pictures.
I can also put it in the YouTube video at the appropriate spots.
And the YouTube in the. I should make remind me. You'll have to. Of course, you'll remind me because you're editing this. So anyway, so you can see there's a little on this first page. There's a volcano and it's a kitty.
Aww.
And the volcano has lava has like kitties in it. I don't know if you can see.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think it's on the next page. Oh yeah, so there's you'll see all you first when Rayne posts this, but there's mountains and a lake. And there's boats, and the boats you can see are kitty ears. There's a little kitty face.
Aww, yeah.
It's adorable. It's adorable. So the first one goes, I contain multitudes. And the second one is, I am just right, just where I am.
Yes, I believe my cat often thinks that.
Yes. I thought it was very appropriate. And I feel seen.
Nice. That's a good one.
That's a good one. And there's leaves and little kitties in the leaves.
Aw, there are kitties they're so cute.
And that concludes my cat formations for this week. Bark, bark. And that's that. That's
nice.
That. Nice.
So that brings us to yeah. Do you have something else that you didn't put in the notes? Okay. That brings us then to the past today. And I've got nothing.
The only thing I have is cannibalism every first almost 5 times. But that's all I have. That's all I have.
I missed it. Okay.
I do have actually kind of a past today question. So the last few weeks on the show, how have the shows gone and everything? I haven't heard
really good. Last week's episode, we had Pup Dawson on as the Substa Pup. Okay. And really funny, very nice pup. I had a good time editing it and a good time being on it. And then the week before that, it was just me and Barely, and we had good times, and it was kind of a short episode, but not too short.
I noticed the title of that episode was Taebyn is such a tool.
Taebyn is a tool. Yeah,
Taebyn is a tool.
Yeah, because you were at the Tool concert.
I was. So they actually let a big puppy like me in for whatever reason to the Tool show in Portland. So good. Oh my cow. Nice. All you furs, if you haven't been to a Tool show, this is like, I don't know, I've been to a bunch, but Tool, if any of you furs have been to a Tool show, it's just such an amazing, you know that it's such an amazing experience. I mean, of course, the sound quality, I mean, it's Maynard, so it's awesome as it is, but they just got that thing. They were featuring, well, I don't know if they're featuring, but they had Danny Carey, the drummer, kind of all lit up and stuff, because on the most recent album, if any of you first have heard Fear Inoculum, the album, Danny, it's so Danny at his absolute best. I mean, it's like the Danny show. It's just so amazing. Anyway, and in the background, they had like videos and stuff with like animations and stuff, and they had really good lasers in the place and stuff, and it was just such a great. So they played, you know, of course, like every Tool song is pretty much awesome, but they played some of their really good stuff. A few songs from not all their albums, but their past, you know, like 3 or 4 albums, they played a few songs of their really good popular songs from each. So all you first, if you get a chance to check out Tool in concert, it's very much worth it. And there's
we just need to get Tobias Forge to come to the area.
We
bring Ghost to the area and do a Ghost concert in Portland. That would be awesome.
It would be possum.
So I love Ghost so much.
So there is my impromptu review of the Tool show that I didn't know I was going to do.
Well, that is the past today, though. So
it
is.
In the right spot. I did have a past today. Wow, that's amazing.
You did.
Oh my
goodness.
Oh my cow.
So we have now some obscure movie quotes. Well, not movie quotes because it's media. I don't know why it says movie in there. Now it says media quotes. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it was, 2 weeks ago. You're muted.
Oh, you didn't hear all the things. Okay.
I did not hear all the things you said.
I went, woo, 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 and stuff like that. And then I
figured it was something like that. Your face was, your mouth was all scrunched up, and you were like howling and stuff. And I was like, I don't understand what he's saying. It's all silent.
Yeah, and I mean, so that it's just obvious that I'm back now because I have a feeling that the past 2 weeks I've not had woo 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 on it and stuff.
No, I
Okay,
did the
good.
media thing though. I did media.
Oh,
But
good.
I did not even attempt to do furries in the news because that's all you.
It's. I think it's best that we don't attribute that to any fur else because we don't want to like.
No, we don't want to besmirch them.
We don't want to like put their names through the mud or anything like that. Exactly.
Right. So
Okay.
obscure media quotes. These are spoopy quotes left over from Spoopy month, October.
Spoopy month, okay.
And the movie one is, "The ship brought me back. I told you she wouldn't let me leave. She won't let anyone leave. Did you really think you could destroy this ship? She's defied space and time. She's been to a place you couldn't possibly imagine. And now it's time to go back." And that is from, do you have a clue?
I do. I have a guess.
Okay.
And I think it's from Bambi when Thumper was talking to Bambi.
Oh, really close. That's
'Cause
from
there's that
Event
ship.
Horizon.
Oh my cow.
Yeah. Not as spoopy as Bambi,
No.
but
Definitely
it
not.
is pretty spoopy. And then, so the next one, I'm going to be very disappointed if you don't get.
Okay.
The next one is our music quote. And it's, "Under a headstone, sister, I'm dying to see you, my friend. Back in the old cemetery, I'm dying to see you,
my friend. Yeah.
What's that one?
That must be what you were just talking about.
Yes.
That would be Ghost. Is it Hunter's Moon, I think?
That's correct. Hunter's
Yeah.
Moon from Ghost. Excellent. And the last one barely kind of gave it away because he got it almost on the second try. So let's see how you do.
Okay.
This is the last one's our literature quote, and it was, "I was benevolent and good. Misery made me a fiend. Make me happy, and I shall again be virtuous."
Benevolent and good misery made me a fiend. Oh, that's the hint there. Make me happy and I shall be. This is literature. Oh, yeah. This is from Green Eggs and Ham by Cat in the Hat, right?
Oh, so close.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually Frankenstein. by
That's
Mary Shelley.
that's very, very close to the cat.
It is.
Definitely.
All right. So we've got some new quotes for
Okay.
this week. And our first one is a movie quote, as per usual. And it goes like this. "It's possible, pig. I might be bluffing. It's conceivable, you miserable, vomitous mass, that I'm only lying here because I lack the strength to stand. But then again, perhaps I have the strength after all. Drop your sword."
I know what this is, and I'm not going to say because I let all you
Excellent.
other
I know.
first.
I knew. Like I could see the light in your eyes.
I mean, halfway through, I wasn't sure, but then all of a sudden, I know what this is.
It is my favorite movie. If anybody gets it, you're a good friend to me.
Oh, I've seen that movie so many times.
Oh, me too. I watch it at least 2 or 3 times a year.
My cow.
It's my favorite movie when I'm just not feeling great, and it definitely cheers me up every time.
I'm glad you didn't. If you would have said the obvious quote from that movie, then everyone would get it like so fast.
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite quotes from the movie because
okay.
I just love the way
It's done. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I think so too.
The insults are just so hard hitting.
And it's so well done in the movie. I mean, like,
Oh yes.
I have a feeling that whenever anyone thinks about this movie, this is like one of the scenes they probably think of. I wouldn't be
Yes,
surprised anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So our next quote is our music quote.
Okay.
And it goes like this. "I like big boys, itty bitty boys, Mississippi boys, inner city boys. I like the pretty boys with the bow tie. Get your nails did, let your blow dry. I like a big beard, I like a clean face. I don't discriminate, come and get a taste. From the playboys to the gay boys, go and slay boys, you my fave boys."
I want to say Mickey Mouse sang this one, but that's
Ooh,
probably not
no.
right.
No.
Because
No.
Mickey Mouse did like the gay boys, after all. Minnie was
yes,
just
yes.
the hag.
Yeah, she's his beard.
Yes. That's what he was talking about in the song. What did he say? He said, I like a big beard.
Yeah, like a big beard. I like a clean face.
Oh, that's amazing. I love.
And our last quote is our literature quote, and here it is. And this one, I'm going to give you guys a hint. It is a poem, and it's I did not pick the first or second, but maybe the third or fourth. I can't remember. In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? Any clues?
Let me see. So, okay, there's eyes, there's fire, aspire. I have a feeling that this is from Shel Silverstein's Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Maybe you could be close.
Okay, we'll find out next week. How's that? I guess.
Yeah, we'll find out next week. So then, Taebyn, it looks like you might have some movie quotes.
I do. I actually have some song, obscure.
Oh, so this is media with you, too.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I saw that you were doing that this week, and I thought, I want to do some obscure stuff. And I'll do some songs this time. And I'll sing the little, I have little snippets, and I'll just go ahead and sing it. So the first one goes like this. My Sharona.
Ooh.
It's very obscure.
Oh, yeah, very obscure.
I mean, that's a line from the song that's hidden way down. I mean, you probably haven't even...
I mean, I get it because I'm a DJ, and also one of our favorite artists sang a parody of it.
Yes.
It was like one of his first big hits.
So all you furs, Rayne just gave away a huge hint, and I know which album you're talking about that is from.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, it's one of his first ones.
I think it was his very first one, actually.
Yeah, I think that was the first one he got played on the radio.
By Dr. Demento.
Yes.
Was actually, that was his first song, and he recorded it with an accordion in a bathroom with diamond-shaped tiles. Mm-hmm. I know, yeah.
It was on his college campus, right?
Yes, it was. It was. So you first, Rayne and I just gave away our extreme. Well, I won't give away
extreme hint.
I won't give away who the artist we were just actually talking about was, but we're obviously big That Artist nerdy fans. So there it is. So okay, so our next.
Nobody will get that. Nobody knows anything about us. We're
very.
This is all the Barely show. I mean, without him here, when he's here, we're just background.
Pretty much. I totally am. So that brings us to my second obscure song quote. It goes, my Bologna.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I think we gave a good hint for this one too.
We didn't plan this, all you furs. It just kind of worked out that way. What is even wrong with me? So
I don't know, but thanks for asking.
But thanks for. So my third obscure, just like those other two were so obscure. My third obscure song quote goes, Taco Grande.
This is a difficult one.
It is, and
I'll have to wait till next week.
You'll have to wait till
2 weeks
next
from
week.
now. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. We wait
even
in 2
episodes.
Weeks.
Yes.
Right. That's right. Have to wait 2 weeks. And for all you furs, if you want to hear that whole song and hear me sing it, I plan to be doing so at my. Well, I can't say what it's called because that would give it away. But this thing, a panel I'll be doing at cons next year. You can hear me sing this. Wow, I just gave away like everything, didn't I?
Just a little, maybe.
Oh, so any of you first that have no idea what's going on, please write us in and let us know that you're one of the very few that don't know what just happened. So anyway, hi. Let's move on to...
Moving on.
Moving on to a thing. Yes.
Moving on.
Yeah. I like how you did it.
Okay, so that brings us to That's Just Stupid or Odd.
Are you stupid or something? Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
And I did find something good. And again, Barely's cousins are causing all kinds of problems.
Oh, really? Once again?
Yes, once again. So, a Florida family's home has been frequented by destructive bears.
Oh, no. Barely? You need to get a leash on them.
Well, we know it's not. He's in Reno, so it wasn't him. It has to be some of his cousins.
Yeah.
So Florida woman said her family's home has been plagued by ever-increasing bear visits, with the encounters now happening about once every 2 days.
Oh, my cow.
Tina Sayers said the bears have been visiting her family's Lee County home for 4 years, and they frequently break into the enclosed porch and attempt to enter the house through the sliding glass door because they're not dumb. They're going to enter through the door.
I was just going to say that's like very civil of them anyway to use the door. Don't just crash through the window or something.
They're not like the Kool-Aid man, like crashing through the wall.
Like,
jerk.
Now I have to fix that wall. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are my parents going to say when they come home and find a giant hole in the wall?
I know.
You're a jerk.
Well, at least I can offer them Kool-Aid or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So Tina says, I have boarded this up because I've fixed the screen multiple times. She told WOFL TV. I think
read
they
that
really
as
missed.
Wolf first.
I did too. I think they really missed the mark there. They should have changed the F and the L around.
Yeah.
Would have been so much better. I feel like we live in fear, and we shouldn't be living like that. This is my home. I've been living here for 29 years. Well, the bears have been there for longer, lady.
There is that.
She said the bears have done more than just damage her property. There's times when my husband leaves for work early in the morning and it's dark out, and there's a bear on the other side of my door over here, and he can't leave because he's trapped by this bear.
Okay.
Sayers said she has reached out to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission multiple times, but hasn't received any assistance. Bears in Florida are known to wander into residential areas in search for food and have been caught on camera entering garages, homes, and even stealing alcoholic beverages from refrigerators.
Those alcoholic bears, I mean, they sort of, those bears like beer and they're alcoholic beers. I love that. What was it? It's dark out there, and there's a bear on the other side of my side door over here, and I can't leave because I'm trapped by this bear. I love that. That's awesome. I mean, it's horrible. I'm sorry, but I love that quote.
But it's funny.
But it's funny.
I'm sorry. It is funny.
It is funny. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me.
So that is all the news of the odd that I found that was furry related. So do you have any news of the odd that is furry related?
Besides the fact that I'm back on the show, nothing other than that. No.
That's furry and odd.
Yeah, pretty much. Which brings us to media.
Yay!
Okay.
So I've been playing more Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord.
That's right. You talked about that. I forgot because it's been so long since I heard you talk. I'm so glad to hear you talk again, Rayne. This is amazing.
Oh, me too. I'm glad to hear you talk as well. So yeah, Rise of the Ghost Lord on the Quest.
That's right. I wanted to download that.
Oh yeah, you should. It's really fun. I have gotten I think I'm at like the 8th mission in the solo campaign.
Ah, nice.
And there's like 34 or 43. I can't remember. It's a lot.
Is it scary?
Well, it would be, I think, if they hadn't done it like they've done it like Borderlands style, so it's all cartoony, cell shaded type stuff. It looks really, really good, especially if you like the Borderlands style of game. So I like it. Some people are kind of like, it's not. Doesn't look like blah blah blah. I don't care. It's Ghostbusters. It's still part of the Ghostbusters universe.
Are there any like pop-up ghosties?
There are a couple of them. There's these floating screaming heads that sometimes like startle me when I come around a corner.
Oh, okay.
But you blast them with the proton pack and they go away. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it being too scary. There's been a couple of times when I've been surprised, but it's actually a fun game and it's got pretty good dialogue and I like it. It's really good.
Have you, during the game, yet to throw a Pepsi can at one of the ghosties?
No, but I have thrown little mini puffs against the wall.
Nice.
Yes,
okay,
because they are a pain in the butt. They get all over you, and then you can't use your proton gun because they're gumming up the works, so you have to smack them and pick them up and throw them off the gun and throw them off your your trap and your PKE meter and stuff.
Because you need those to work.
Yes, and they don't work if there are mini puffs on them. There's also an MR game with it. It's a mixed reality game where you can like play with the mini puffs against the big Stay Puft Marshmallow guy. He rips the roof off of your room. It looks so realistic. It's
Uh-oh.
really fun.
Yeah.
My room is kind of small, but I set up the wall boundaries and everything. And yeah, he just tears the roof off of your house, and there's giant Stay Pup there, and you have this little slingshot thing that you can fling the mini puffs at him.
Oh,
And
cute.
yeah,
That's cute.
it's really fun, really hard. You really got to work out because you got to keep like turning and grabbing mini puffs and
Ooh.
throwing them in your slingshot and stuff.
I like the
it's fun,
workout.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a fun game. It's not too scary. I don't think it's even too scary for you.
Wow, if it's not too scary for this pup right here, then all you furs out there, go out and check this out. Because if it's not too scary for me,
Yeah,
you'll be
it's
fine.
pretty
You'll be fine.
cartoony.
Nice.
And I like that because I'm a big cartoon nut. So then what is scary though is what I've been watching on YouTube. I've been watching Sam and Colby's Hell Week at the Conjuring House.
Oh my cow.
Yeah, earlier they challenged themselves this Halloween season to stay an entire week in the Conjuring House, and it's been pretty spoopy.
Oh, so what's at the Conjuring House? I can only
The
imagine.
Conjuring House is where basically, Annabelle and the movie The Conjuring and all of that stuff came from. It's one of Ed and Lorraine Warren's biggest like cases that they were supposedly on, and yeah, it's pretty scary. I will say this: the very first episode in the Hell Week series this year, Sam breaks down in tears about like 10 minutes into the episode.
Oh no.
Like, yeah, he's full on breaks down in tears. He's sobbing. There is no way he was faking.
Oh my.
He has never broke down in tears like this before on any of their adventures.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Pretty intense.
Yeah, pretty intense. A lot of it was based on they had some mediums in there that actually were able to. Yes, they were actually able to like tell him stuff from his grandparents, and they knew his grandparents' name when nobody knows that. It's not public information.
Time. Spoopy.
Yeah, really,
time.
really spoopy. And then they brought back other people to keep trying to test these mediums, and so far they have not been able to slip them up. They have always, found something out about, like, yeah, really spooky.
That's what I
Thank you for the sound effects.
I helped. I'm
Again,
helping.
if you would do all these sound effects, we wouldn't have to pay for Epidemic Sound.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to pay you to drop all the sounds in there.
True. Well, we don't pay me anyway.
We don't pay you, so
yeah, I mean, barely pays me in food and wine, but he hasn't invited me over lately. I wonder why.
that naughty bear. Oh my cow.
I know. So what have you been watching or consuming or reading or playing?
So we've been doing things. I mean, it's been a few weeks, so we've had some time to do stuff. Been watching South Park for Lunchy still.
Of course.
Duh. You might remember we talked before about the Netflix show Elite.
Yes.
Yep. And barely hates it not because of the show, but he can't stand the dubbing of the sound and stuff. Anyway.
Right.
But so we had watched, all of it and we liked it. And then a new season came out just recently. And so we watched the first episode of the new season. It wasn't exciting. It was just more elite drama. And we're not going to continue watching it.
Okay.
Have you heard of this show? It's a new show, Netflix, I think, called One Piece.
I have. I binged the whole season.
Okay, you did, yeah.
Oh my cow! It is such a good series.
Does it get? So we watched the first episode, and I liked it, but Honey didn't. So we're actually not going to continue. But it gets
You
better.
should continue. It does get better. It's really. And if you watch the cartoon, which I watched the cartoon
I
because
haven't.
One
I didn't know
Piece
if it
was
a
playing.
cartoon.
Yes, it's a cartoon. One Piece was playing when I worked at the television station way back. And I kind of watched a few episodes here and there, and it's fun. It's goofy. I love the main character, Luffy. He's just so positive. Like, he's one of those people who does not know how to fail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just so positive and so amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And the special effects in the live action version on Netflix are just mind-bogglingly good. Like, just really good.
Okay.
So I recommend you give it a couple episodes and see what you think.
I like the first episode.
Yeah, even if Honey doesn't like it, you should watch them.
I should
They're
maybe
really
it should be
good.
it should maybe be my new lunchies for a little bit.
Yes, because it is just really, it's really good. It's really positive. There are some dark moments in it, but
Overall, it's pretty good.
Overall, nice. It's just really uplifting, and it's
well,
nice.
I'll make a note. Maybe I'll continue that for lunchies then.
Yeah.
I don't know if he didn't say this, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, at the very end of the first episode, there's the pirate, I forget his name, but he's the scary clown. Yeah. And my honey doesn't like clowns, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not.
They handle him in the second episode, but he ends up showing up a few episodes later, too.
Okay.
And his powers are really creepy.
Oh, well, okay. So I'll...
Yeah, don't let your hubby see the second episode because, if he doesn't like clowns, the second episode is a little traumatic.
So maybe that'll be actually I'll start that for my new lunchies for a while because I like it. It was good. We also started watching this Netflix show called The Summer I Turned Pretty. Have you heard of that?
I have not heard of that one.
Yeah, it had been in the queue for a while, so we started watching it. It's a pretty good rom-com.
Nice.
And it's a series, as I said. There's 2 seasons of it so far. Season 2 actually just finished a few months ago, so it's pretty new, and it's pretty good. I recommend checking it out. It's just fun. And we also saw a movie called No Hard Feelings that was released this year, 2023. Have you heard of this movie?
I have not.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. So Matthew Broderick is in it, actually, and he has a small part, actually. Yeah. And it was funny because we're watching the movie, and he shows up at one point, and we're both like, I know who that is. Who is that? I know who that is. And we both thought at the same time, oh, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? And I'm like, oh, wait, yeah, Matthew Broderick. And like, oh, yeah. So it's kind of fun to see him. But he has a small part. And IMDb only gives it 6.4 out of 10, but we actually thought it was actually pretty good.
Nice.
It's funny. So let me read you the little plot from IMDb. On the brink of losing her home, Maddie finds an intriguing job listing. Helicopter parents looking for someone to bring their introverted 19-year-old son out of his shell before college. She has one summer to make him she has one summer to make him a man or die trying.
Yes, I've heard of this one.
Yeah,
I heard some people were a little bit turned off by the plot.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah, so we tried it and we didn't know, but it was actually good. It's funny. It was actually pretty good. Matthew Broderick plays the dad, so he comes in and out. Okay. But yeah, it's fun. I recommend trying it out anyway. And that is my media for the week. Last few weeks.
And if you're a Matthew Broderick fan, if any of our listeners are Matthew Broderick fans like I am, there's a new retrospective on YouTube, and I cannot remember, but I'll put the link in the show notes for next week, and I'll let you know then. But it's a retrospective about War Games, one of his first big movies.
Yeah.
And it's really good because, they just go through, that was basically his growing up movie. His first big movie.
I bet,
And
would you like to play a game of chess? Or no, not chess. Tic-tac-toe.
Would you like to play a game? Yeah. But they did play chess first. They played chess and they played, other games. And it went through a whole lot of changes from the first original script. It was supposed to be a little bit more goofy and hokey and ended up being a little bit more, adult in commentary. They lost several, directors. And so it's a really good retrospective if you didn't know, all this stuff, which I didn't know. And it's really good. I'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah, check that out. Sounds fun. And I realized I lied. That's what I've been watching. I didn't talk about what I've been playing. And I actually wanted to talk a little bit about this. So first of all, I haven't played Demio in a while, and we need to do that thing where we record
haven't either. Yeah, we do need to.
Yeah, I have to remember how to play. It's not going to be hard to remember how to play. I remember, but
no, playing is easy. It's pretty straightforward. I like the game because it doesn't require a whole lot of knowing how to do a whole bunch of different things.
And then taking like an hour trying to figure out your strategy every single turn, like some of these games
no, it's very fast, very turn-based, and like super easy to get into because
we talked about this a while ago, me and Rayne. So it's a VR thing, Demio. It's tabletop D&D thing, and it's really cool, really great graphics. Really fun, but just haven't played for a while. And so Rayne and I are going to play it and record it, and then we'll put it on YouTube so that you can watch us play and probably fail because I haven't actually won yet.
I've won, I think, so I played about 10 games, I think, so far, and I think I've won 2 of them.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
And
I
one of those
haven't even gotten
two
close.
was the initial tutorial game. Which I don't think you can fail that one.
Okay, so maybe I have won. Maybe I've won that one yet. But yeah, so it's fun. So we'll do that. So look out for that, all you furs. Of course, I've been playing Monkeys Go Pop, the Bloons.
Oh, yes.
And Beat Saber, definitely. So I kind of, these days, there's a few songs that I do in each session, and happily I'm able to beat them on hard difficulty, which is fun. So Radioactive, of course.
Oh, it's a good one. Yeah.
It's really good one. Really fun to play on the hard difficulty.
The beat is just very. It's upbeat, but it's also very metered.
Very metered, and the patterns like that you do with your little pauses, like flow with the set, and it's
yeah,
really nice.
that's why. That's why. Yeah, it's really flowy. I like that one because
really flowy.
It's a fun one to
and
play.
you get a good workout too.
Yes.
And so I do that, and then there's the Camellia pack, and I like to always do exit the first one in the pack, exit the Earth's atmosphere, and that's fun.
Let's try that one.
Do that on it's a lot of fun. I usually do that on hard difficulty. I've tried it. Well, I'll talk a little bit about what I was just going to say in a minute. I also do, so there's a Fall Out Boy pack.
Oh.
And one of the songs in there is Dance Dance. And I do that on hard difficulty, and it makes you dance. It's like you get exercise with this. It's a lot of fun.
Have to get these packs.
Yeah, well, I think it's one that comes with it. I don't think I downloaded it. I think it's just going to be there. I mean, check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to check.
So it's really cool. It's a really fun song, and the patterns and stuff is really fun. They also do like during the chorus they have pyrotechnics like they would do in a real concert and stuff.
Neat.
And at the very end, like there's the crowd cheering like you're at it. It's really cool and fun. So I always do that, and I always end my session with Crab Rave by Noise Storm.
Yes, that one's fun as well.
That is so fun on hard. I mean, I've talked about this before. It's like you feel like you're actually at a crab rave.
I love
what they make you do.
Yeah, I love any song with steel drums. Steel drums are just one of my favorite sounds. Like they make me feel very Caribbean.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. It gives you a warm feeling. Steel drums are just awesome.
So it's a lot of fun. And also recently, so there's that first pack that has a lot of Jaroslav Beck songs in it, and one of them is Breezer. And just not too long ago, I beat that on Expert. I was so proud of myself. And of course, it's like the first pack where all the difficulty levels are actually one less than like a normal difficulty level in this pack would be more like easy level in other packs. So it's like shifted.
Okay.
So to say I beat the Expert is, I don't know if that's
so you
good
beat
or
it
not,
on hard at least, yeah.
It be like a normal pack's hard, but I'm happy that I get to actually say I beat a song on Expert, blah.
Nice.
And it's a fun song too. Now, so what I was going to say is, did you know that there's a practice mode where you can slow down songs or speed them up?
I did know that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how I beat. So back when I had my Rift, and I first got Beat Saber, that is how I beat the first song I tried, which I think was Radioactive.
There you go.
And yeah, I slowed it down so that I could kind of learn how to play it because it was VR was new to me at the time. Plus, I was using a Rift, which is you have to have the little lighthouse cameras up in the corner.
Yeah.
And so tracking was not fantastic on the Rift. Yeah. I'm glad that as they moved on to the Oculus and tracking got better, and then got better with the Oculus 2, and better with the Oculus Pro. And then better with the Oculus 3.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We even with the 2
or the Quest. I'm
really
sorry,
good.
not the Oculus, but the Quests.
Yeah, and that's the only way I could so I can beat like Radioactive and exit this Earth's atmosphere on like 100% speed, like now. But of course I had to work up to it. I started like 75 or something. I tried Radioactive just today. I tried Radioactive on Expert at I think 80% speed. Mm-hmm. I did it, but it was very close even at 80%. It was very, very close.
Yeah.
And I tried. I think I tried Dance Dance, the Fallout Boy it's Fallout Boy, so it's going to be pretty active anyway. Mm-hmm. I think I tried that on Expert at like 70%. You can go down to 50%. I didn't beat it. It's like, how do people do these things on Expert Plus? I mean,
I honestly don't know. Because most of the time, normal kicks my butt.
Yeah.
I usually have to go through it 2-3 times before I get it, because you got to build up that muscle memory.
And especially if you don't know the song, it really, I'm sure you've seen, if you actually know the song, that helps a lot. But if you don't even know the song, it's...
Well, I know most of the songs because I DJ, so a lot of these songs are very familiar to me because I listen for the beats, so I know when to cut the next song in when I'm DJing. So I've got the beats and everything down. It's just getting the muscle memory down. It's like when I was in karate doing katas, you have to get that muscle memory and the timing down.
You do. And then, I mean, I didn't realize till recently that you could actually speed it up, which should be obvious because you've got the little slider thing and it starts in the middle. Yeah. So like you can go down and slow down. And why didn't I think, oh, you can actually go up. So that probably means you can speed up.
I usually try like at normal first on a song. And then if I don't get it, then I'll drop it down
or something.
Slow it down or go to easy and try it on easy first and then move up to normal. And if I'm still having trouble, then I'll slow it down and then, get back up to 100%.
Yep. Yeah, it's really cool that you can do that. So that's neat. And then also, if I was realizing another way you can practice is you could do the other way and you could start on easy but speed that up and just it helps you like, it's really cool. Anyway, that is now officially my media for the week.
Bark. So let's see, where are we at now? Oh, we are at the section that everybody waits for in this podcast.
My cow.
It is time for Furries in the News.
Oh my cow, there are Furries are in the news. Bark.
Alrighty.
Okay,
It's been a while since we've heard that.
Yeah, I know. Aren't you so sad that it's been a while since you've heard that?
Yes.
I was thinking, we were kind of talking about this. So reverse that, what I just did, and then play that too, and then we can all hear the forward version. And then how does it sound backwards? I'm excited to hear how it sounds backwards.
It'll either be really funny or, like I said, we'll end up summoning a demon.
Yes, Demon Pup is summoned.
Yes.
There you go.
So I have no furries in the news, but I see in the notes that you have a news thing, but it's not a news item.
Oh, that is because it says Taebyn, not in the news, but has a news item. Me, Taebyn, right. I'm not the one in the news, but I do have a news item.
Okay. Well, that was confusing as heck.
Yeah, I did.
But I should be used to it by now.
Yeah. All you furs. Hopefully, if any of you furs haven't met me, if you do meet me, you will be very, very confusy right away and wonder what is even going on. And that's normal, I think.
It is.
So it's okay. I understand. Yeah, so Grubs Grizzly, a.k.a. Papa Bear, who we've had on the show before.
Yes.
We had him
on the show. One of our good friends of the pod.
Good friends at the pod. He was on Season 2, Episode 11, so any further wants to hear us talk with Papa Bear, go listen to Season 2, Episode 11. Any further that doesn't know, Papa Bear, you can go to askpapabear.com. He has, quote-unquote, the first advice column for furries, and he's been going since 2012. And he's helped lots of he's got testimonials on there. He's actually helped lots of furs through his online advice column. So you first go check out his website, askpupbear.com. He also runs the Good Furry Award, and this is an annual award for furries who do positive things in the fandom and for the fandom. And these might be lesser known furs that do this. Rayne, I was actually nominated for this several years ago. I didn't get it because I have no idea who might have.
Wonder who nominated you.
But this is why we love you, Rayne. No fur else nominated me, so Rayne had to.
Well, you have made a positive impact in my life. So
yay! I hug you tight
you.
with posies right now, virtually.
Virtually hug you tight with posies as well.
Yay! I'm flopping all you first can't see, but I'm flopping my posies at him and virtually hugging him by flopping my posies at him. So,
can confirm.
I can confirm. So it's a really good website, got lots of good stuff on it. Not just advice column, but just other information stuff. One other things he has that he started relatively recently is Uncle Bear Publishing, where he publishes books that are unconventional, unusual, or unexpected by Uncle Papa Bear, he says on the website. Anyway, he currently has published the books Cosmo and Me, A Seeker's Journey from Religion to Spirituality by Jim Willis. It's not a particularly furry book, but it's an interesting journey. It speaks about religion and spirituality. And Jim Willis has been, like lots of things, he's been a jazz musician, a minister, or pastor, and things like that. So it's that journey from his perspective. The one I want to focus on is his other book that's on there, which was released this year in June, so June 2023. Really new book called Furtania, The History of the Furry Fandom in the United Kingdom. This is a book by Tim Stoddard. His furry name is Game Popper. And since 2017, Tim has been giving history lectures on the furry fandom at FurCon, such as Confuzzled and ScotiaCon. And he's also written some articles for Dogpatch Press and Flera. And anyway, he has written this book on history of furry fandom. And there's other really good books by other furs, history books, but this is particularly in the United Kingdom. And I was thinking, Rayne, maybe make a note, and maybe we can have him on the show to talk about his new book.
I will reach out.
And that I'm sure he would have some really interesting history facts about the furry fandom to tell us. And so hopefully all you furs just keep attention, and in the future maybe you can hear us talk to him about all things history furry in the United Kingdom.
Yes, we will try and do a spotlight.
And that is my furries in the news.
All right. Well, that brings us up to the Pupcoming events.
Pupcoming events!
And the weekend that this episode drops, November 10th through 12th of 2023, is Halloween at the Executive Hotel in Vancouver Airport, British Columbia in Canada.
That's exciting! I won't be there, but it's exciting.
We found out from Pup Dawson last week that the reason it's later is because apparently all the good places are booked up on Halloween.
Oh, that makes sense. That totally makes sense.
So they usually do that a little bit later, like a week afterwards. So that's why it's a little late. Canada is not like running behind us. It's just that they have to.
Good to know.
Then November 10th through 12th, same weekend, is the Worldwide Fur Camp, which is at the YMC Camp Campbell Guard in Hamilton, Ohio. And then
young pup.
Yes.
So that's it should be YPCA, shouldn't it?
Yes,
Young
Pups
Christian Association. Well,
yeah,
maybe it's Young Pup and Cat Association, but that's
Pup and Cat Association,
which is all inclusive to all animals.
We can still go YMCA if we just go Young Mutt and Cat Association.
There you go. There you go.
Because mutts are great.
Mutts are great.
Yes. So
chicken steaks.
Goodness
Time
sakes.
for Jesse for a walk. Yes.
So then, starting on my birthday, going through, so November 30th through December 3rd is Midwest Fur Fest at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois. And then, oh my gosh, I can see why I barely had trouble. Yeah. I think it is called Futralojaki December 6th through the 10th.
And there's
at
the L with the
Hotel
little
Conrad
slash
in
through it?
Krakow, Poland. Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that.
So,
I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, any fur that knows how to pronounce that, please write us in or come on the show and let us know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it's word salad to me. That's all I know. Then we got December 9th through the 10th is Furs Upon Malaysia. And that's at the Hotel Armada Petling Jaya, Selangor, Malaysia.
Wow,
I'm
that's
sorry
like,
if
say
I
that one
screwed
time
that
fast.
up. My Malaysian is very bad.
Like, say that even one time slow.
Yes. And then December 28th, 2023 through January 1st, 2024. So this is a New Year's convention. Is
nice.
for Vester at the Hotel Fortuna in Reutlingen, Germany.
So this is really more of an aquatic thing because it's for tuna.
For tuna, yes. Well, the hotel is for tuna.
Oh, okay. The hotel is more aquatic. Okay, got it.
Yeah, the hotel is, you have to be a fish to stay there.
Okay, good.
And then the last of our upcoming events is Bewhiskered 2023. And that is December 29th through the 31st. So again, another New Year's Eve convention at the Hilton Durham near Duke University in Durham, North Carolina.
Boop, bop.
And I have a note here that says we're going to discuss what our next year's cons are.
Yes, we are.
We have discussed some of that, but
we have.
should
Let's
discuss
do
more.
it. Let's wrap it
Yes.
up in a nice little fluff.
And I have a bone to pick with one of the con chairs of the cons that we're going to. Oh. Gabriel, you know who you are.
Oh, Gabriel, what did he do? Oh, my cow.
I have still not heard back to see whether or not I get a DJ spot.
Oh, my cow.
I know. Like, tell me yes or no. Don't leave me hanging in suspense. Come on, Gabriel.
In suspenders.
No suspenders for
I
this
wonder
raccoon.
if it's isn't Rekka the head DJ for that this year? I wonder if it's a Rekka thing.
I don't know. I will ask Rekka next time I talk to him.
We haven't
because
had Rekka on the show. Next time you talk to him, also say
we
come on the
have
show.
had Rekka on the show.
We have?
Yes, he substituted for you one time.
Oh, see, I didn't get to talk to him. That's why.
You
That's
did
why-
not get to talk to him.
Okay, I feel better
But
that
you
that's
will
the
get to
reason I
talk
didn't
to
know.
him at Get Out the Float. Because I scored Rekka as a DJ for Get Out the
Oh,
Float.
nice. That's exciting.
So let's discuss our cons. Now
Okay.
that I've discussed my gripes.
Okay.
So let's discuss the pros of the cons. Now that I've discussed the cons of the cons.
The guy, yes. Okay, so Rayne, what cons are you going to and or hope to go to next year?
Okay, so next year's cons for me are going to be A&W,
Yay.
also Get Out the Float, also Furlandia. And
Oh, yes.
Furlandia is going to be amazing this year because it will be the first time ever that the entire BFFT staff has been physically together in one place.
We should probably apply for like a BFFT live podcast at Furlandia.
I think we should because it would be fun to have Ziggy on in person. So
Yes.
for anybody that doesn't know, our meme Weasel Ziggy lives in Chile, and he is coming all the way up here for Furlandia.
He is our media director on the staff. So,
Yes.
yeah, the entire wow, that'll be amazing. And then Barely's going to be there. He hasn't been to Furlandia yet either, and he's going.
Because Ziggy's coming, he is going to make a special
A Barents.
trip up there. A Barents, yes.
Well, I guess if we're all there, it will be an embarrassing event.
Yes, indeed. So what about you? What cons are you going to? I hear your date book is
so-
going to be completely full this year.
Yes, I'm a little cray, and my honey has agreed to go do a lot of these with me. So
Nice.
let's see if I can do this in chronological order. So any of you furs that are going to be at any of these cons that I'm going to talk about, come say hi and give this pup a hug. So of course I'm going to A&W like Rayne is, and I already talked about, film festival, plug for that. Please submit films
Yes, please,
and
please.
everything, videos. So I'll be there, and then the next weekend I'll be at Further Confusion in San Jose with Barely, so any furs can come up and hug Barely too. And then of course, as Rayne mentioned, what we've been talking about already, February, I'll be at Get Out the Float in Seaside, Oregon. Then March, we are going to Vancouver for the very first time. So that's exciting.
Wow.
I hear it's a really good little Canadian
I've heard
con
good
and
things about
everything.
it as well.
Yeah, yep. I hear it's about the size. Clovix, good friend Clovix, which has refused to come on the show. Clovix?
Yeah.
Clovix
Well, some
has
people
been
don't
to-
like being on recordings.
Yeah. But so Clovix has been to Vancouver and says it's a nice little con. It sounds like it's about the size of Furlandia, so it'll be fun.
Well, that's not bad.
Yep. And we'll go up there and do a few Canadian things. Then let's see. What's after that? That's March. Then Furlandia. Of course,
In
I'll
May.
be at. And if they do BLFC, the normal dates, good chance I'll
Yeah,
I'll do
that's a maybe for me. I kind of want to go if they bring it back to the weekends. I just cannot do the week unless something happens like I win the lottery.
No, it's so hopefully we'll do that. But that's up in the air. I think that's the only one up in the air because then May, June, July, then in August where it looks like we're going to go to Denver again. We went to Denver last year and actually made a Colorado vacation out of it. Went to see we talked about this on the show before. Went to see Rocky Mountain National Park and did some fun things. So I think we're going to do another Colorado vacation again next year and end it off with Denver. Yeah, we really liked Denver. That was really good.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing either 6 or 7 cons depending on BLFC next year. So it'll be busy. We'll see if I tone it down for 2025, but that's what we're going to do then next year anyway.
Speaking of BLFC, I caught part of Dawson's stream from the Off-Leash Pup Suite today, and it was a lot of fun. Got to see Barely and Dawson and Canes, so that was nice.
Yeah. Are they posting that online?
Well, it was on his Twitch stream, so it should be if he's recording his Twitch streams, which I don't do because of copyright stuff.
Right.
If he's recording his Twitch streams, it should be logged on there.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I'm sure next week Barry
And that's
will talk.
or in the BFFT chat. You can see the stream, even though it is over. You should still be able to go Pup Dawson's Twitch, and it should be recorded there.
And I'm sure next week, when Barry is on the show, he'll talk about BLFC and mention these things too. So.
Yeah, I got to watch him eat some nasty jelly beans. They were playing Bean Boozled.
Oh, yum, fun.
They never got any of the good ones, it seems like.
Okay. Oh my cow! So have to check that out, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's our cons for next year.
Excellent. So, does the pup have a story?
Pup does, yay! Those are what
Yay!
the show notes say. So I had to see.
Yeah, that's what the show notes say. That's why I read it.
So last time I was on the show, I read this was season 4 episode. This season, episode 24. Yeah, I was actually on the show this season, believe it or not.
Really?
And yeah, I know.
Wow.
What? And I read a book called Ricky the Rock that just couldn't rhyme.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that. It was a good one.
It was a good one. This recording, I'm going to read Ricky the Rock that just couldn't roll.
Oh my.
There's a theme here. There's a You Rock group of books, and so I have a few of them, and so this is another one. And that,
So Ricky couldn't rhyme, and now he can't roll.
now we can't even roll.
Oh my goodness.
And I actually haven't read this yet myself, so we'll be doing this for the first time.
Excellent.
This is written by Mr. J and illustrated by Aaron Wozniak.
Nice.
Over the lake and out past the bay was a green grassy hill where the rocks came to play. They would race to the top to take in the view, then roll their way down the way that rocks love to do.
Oh yeah.
There were Kip, Pip, and Chester, and Marvin the Boulder. Ignatius played too, though he was much older, and a group called the Pebbles never ever sat still, zigzagging their way up and over the hill. Well, there's a little ladybug. There's a little...
Aw, yeah, little teeny tiny ladybug.
Little tiny baby. Yeah. Kai was a meteorite, and not from this planet, and Maya and Lava, but taken for granted. Oh, and Parker says, how do you make a tissue dance? And Ebert says, seriously? Okay.
Because the punchline to that joke is goofy. You put a boogie in it. That's why he said seriously.
That's why, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're yucky rocks.
Yeah, well, they're rocks.
They're rock. I mean, what are you going to do? Oh, yeah, I'm reading his story. Stu was the smart one, Parker the clown, and grumpy old Ebert rolled round with a frown. Gabby was sassy, Lisi had flair, Emma was giggly, and Hud had black hair. Oh,
A rock with black hair.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Wow.
But the one trait that seemed to be shared by them all was that every rock there was shaped like a ball, and because they were round, they could easily roll through the grass, past the lake, up and over the knoll. I'm actually really proud of myself because I hadn't read this yet, and I'm actually like...
You're doing good with the rhymes.
Well, okay. I mean, we have some more pages, but we're doing good so far. Except for poor Ricky, who quietly sat. You see, Rick couldn't roll because one side was flat.
Oh, no.
Oh, look, there's... Grumpy Rock is rolling down the hill. There's a picture of it. It must be, what's his name? Ebert is the grumpy one?
Ebert's the grumpy one, yes.
Because he's saying, what part of this is supposed to be fun? It's funny.
He's grumpy.
He's grumpy. His friends didn't get it. Come roll, they would chant. So Ricky tried, but replied, I'm sorry, I just can't. But the rocks were determined. They were sure they could solve Ricky's flat-sided problem and help him revolve. So Marvin the Boulder, with his impressive physique, carried Rick all the way down to the hill's grassy peak. Whoops, not down, but up. I'll try that again.
Down doesn't seem the right direction.
It's not the right direction. So I'll just say instead that he carried Rick all the way up to the hill's grassy peak. Then they pushed him downhill, yelling, keep rolling, kid. But Ricky didn't roll. He just kind of slid. and there's a picture of him sliding down, and he says, this feels like a bad idea. Oh, and the ladybug is holding on to Ricky. Look at that.
Oh, I can see it.
That's cute. Well, the rocks weren't done. Not by a mile. Surely the next try would get Rick to smile. They stuck rubber balls all over Rick, using big globs of goo to get them to stick. They were proud of themselves. This will work, they announced. But Ricky still couldn't roll. Now he just sort of bounced. And there's a picture of him.
Oh my goodness.
Goo all over, and he's saying, no good, no good, no good.
He looks terrified.
He does not look happy. Yeah, all you first make sure to check out these pictures. He does not look good. Well, they pushed and they pulled, trying every which way to get Rick to roll, but by the end of the day, nothing had worked, just like Rick expected, and he just ended up feeling depressed and dejected.
Aww.
It's just no use, Ricky sighed. There just is no way, so I'll sit off to the side and watch you all play. Oh, it's so sweet. The ladybug. Look, Ladybug is sitting
Aww.
with Ricky. Yeah. I love the ladybug. This is so cute.
Yeah.
But his friends wouldn't quit. We're here for you, brother, and we'll get you to roll one way or another. So they pondered and thought, each straining his brain, till they looked up and saw it was starting to rain. And then, that's when it hit. That smart stone named Stu. Eureka, he shouted. I know just what to do. He explained to them how he would get Rick to tumble. My plan is sure genius. Stu wasn't too humble. So they carried our hero down the road, about a mile, to the lake where they gathered up mud that they could pile on the flat side of Rick, creating a mound that they shaped smooth and sculpted until it was round. Then after the rain, with the sun in the sky, they left him to bake till the mud was all dry. They gathered up vines and one colorful feather, and they wrapped around Rick to keep him together. When the last knot was tied and the work was all done, the only step left was for Rick to have fun. They stood back and watched, feeling nervous and tense, as Rick breathed in deep with increasing suspense. He moved slowly at first, testing out his new mold, and then for the first time, Ricky the Rock rolled! Woohoo! Oh, and look, there's a ladybug still with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, ladybug.
Well, I mean, she's been his friend for a while.
She's been his pretty good friend for forever. So Bria, and here the ladybug comes. So Bria, the ladybug, who'd been there from the start, which, again, all you furs, I swear, I had not read this book yet before.
I was worried that we would never find out who she was.
She was, and apparently, I just knew that the ladybug was integral to this story. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we get to hear about Bria. So Bria, the ladybug, who'd been there from the start, felt a surge of pure joy swell up in her heart. She thought as she watched her friends play on the hill that there's always a way if there's also a will. And she said to herself, as Ricky rolled down the slope, When you're surrounded by love, you always have hope.
Aw,
The end.
that was a cute story.
That was an amazing
it.
story. Barely totally missed out because that was I love that
did.
story. That was very cool.
Did.
I'll have to remember to tell him and listen to that story if nothing else.
Yeah, it was a very cute story. I like it.
Loved it.
I like
Loved it.
those rock stories.
Yeah. Ricky the Rock, who just couldn't
Ricky the
roll.
Rock is awesome.
Yeah,
he rocks.
I love Ricky. He rocks. He totally rocks.
So now it's time for some trivia. What
Oh
say
my
you?
cow!
Wanna
There's
play a
more.
little
Oh my
trivia?
cow!
Yeah.
I'm ready for some trivia. Oh my cow!
Okay, let me fire up the old random trivia generator and see if I can't find some questions to stump you.
Stump me with Rick, and then we will roll, and we'll make sure to think up very wild things as we have a chili bowl. That works, right?
Okay, here's a geography question for you.
Okay.
From what country did the U.S. buy the Virgin Islands?
From what country?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to use puppy logic for this one.
Use some puppy
So,
logic.
the Virgin Islands were these islands. Oh, that reminds me of a little story. So I'll just, my ADHD pup is. So my friend went to the Canary Islands, and he said that it was really interesting and surprising because, like, there were no canaries on the Canary Islands.
I
And I was
know.
like, wow, that's
What are the
amazing.
odds?
What are the odds to that? And then, so this is why I say this, because he also, like the next year for vacation, went to the Virgin Islands, and he said, it's amazing. There are no canaries on the Virgin Islands either. So that was actually
Okay.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Good trivia. So if you go to the Virgin Islands, do not expect to see any canaries.
Right.
So the country must have, okay, so that actually helped me out because that means that the country must have been Poland.
You're kind of close, but no.
Oh,
Is Denmark.
Denmark. And my next question is Poland a country?
Yes.
Okay, good. I got that part right anyway. Okay, good.
All right. So the next one is about a children's book. So you might have a chance here.
I might,
to get
because
this one.
I happen
And
to
it's
have read some of those.
Yes, and it's an author which I'm pretty sure you know. So characters Spiker and Sponge are the antagonists in which Ronald Dahl children's book?
I have to use puppy logic again. So Ronald McDonald. Oh, so they went to McDonald's because Ronald McDonald, obviously.
Ronald Dahl. Not Ronald McDonald.
Dahl.
That's a different clown.
This not many first know this, but Ronald Dahl was Ronald McDonald's distant cousin's neighbor's third grade teacher who had a platypus for a hat. So this is very important information to the whole story. So because of that, that means that you see this distant cousin third grade teacher thing
Right.
wrote this book that not many furs actually know about. This book was called A Chili in Your Hat. And in this story, the platypus, the aforementioned platypus, is having a chili feast. And
Okay.
so that became this story that you are talking about. And that story is called Bambi.
No.
Oh,
No,
I had been close. There's some.
You were a little
tiny
close.
detail I'm missing.
It's
Must be.
It's James and the Giant Peach.
See, there was that small little detail I was forgetting about that. The platypus really loved having peaches in his chili, and when he did it, he named his chili James. And this was the important detail I was missing. Otherwise, I would have got it.
Well, there are some people who put peach in chili. I've seen it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yes. So you weren't too far off. So this one's a science question.
Ah.
The aardvark is native to which continent?
East Virginia.
That's a state. and
Oh.
not a state.
I see. Oh, we're okay.
It's just Virginia and West Virginia.
It's just and there's not a East Virginia.
There's no East Virginia, no.
Okay, so there are things that this pup has trouble with, apparently. Okay, I try again. Say it again.
The aardvark is a native to which continent?
Oh, well, because aardvark starts with AA,
Right.
which is Africa, which is on the continent.
You got it.
Oh, I'll just stop there.
You said it, Africa. Don't
Yay!
stop while you're ahead. You got one.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Last question. Let's see if you can tie it up with yourself. Tie yourself up.
I hope so.
Let's see. Ooh, no, that one would be too hard. I wouldn't even know that one. Okay, here we go.
I have to say, before I forget, because you just said that one's too hard, and that reminded me of the Faulty Towers. I forget which episode it is. I'm sure I could figure it out if I know, because I know all these episodes pretty well. But the Faulty Towers episode, when Basil Fawlty is talking to the Major, and he says, and they're talking about like women and like how they're not smart or whatever, and Basil Fawlty says, wasn't it, whoever he said it wasn't it blah blah person that said that their minds are made of Swiss cheese? And the Major says, oh, what do you mean, hard? And then of course Basil Fawlty's like, no, full of holes, Major. Anyway, that reminded me of that. Continue on.
Nice. So this raccoon loves to play darts. I don't know if you like playing darts or not, but I love darts.
That's something
it's like
I did not know about you.
It is one of my favorite bar games, and I'm really good at it.
Oh.
I have friends who refuse to play with me because I will lag until the very last second and then throw like 2 or 3 bullseyes and done.
So you should apply for a Furries that play darts panel and talk about the intricacies and just talk about playing darts as an aficionado, a raccoonado.
Well, I have a little bit of an advantage there. I was actually taught how to play darts by an actual champion dart player.
Very cool. Very interesting. I did not know about this.
My mom took me to a friend's of hers wedding, and one of the groomsmen actually, I can't remember, I think he was champion for California. Geez, way, way back in the early 90s or late 80s. And so I was bored, and I was trying to play darts, and I didn't know what I was doing, and he stepped in and showed, helped me refine my form and showed me how to play the game. And
very nice.
It was
very
a lot
nice.
of fun. Yeah.
Okay, so now you know how this pup has made you do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that again. If nothing else, get out the float. You have to have a darts thing.
A darts thing. I'll have to get a new dartboard because I don't have a working one anymore.
And we'll have to have several of them so that
Yes.
other Furries can try things out.
Actually, that would be fun. Yeah, we get it. Because we have a big enough room, we can do that.
And you should do this at A&W also.
I will think about doing that. All right.
So all you Furries just got to listen first paw with this very forceful pup making our favorite raccoon here do stuff.
And we will play with marked darts, not pointy darts, because marked darts are much more friendly to the skin.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yes. I mean, this pup is very clumsy with pretty much everything, so that would be good.
So, that being said, on a dartboard, which number is positioned between 1 and 5?
Wow. But I know you know this because...
Oh, I do, because this is my favorite number to hit.
This is your thing. 7! No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right, actually.
That's not right.
Wait, let me... Actually, between 1 and 5... So... Yeah,
I'll give you a hint. It's in the upper half of the board.
It's in the upper half of the board. I want to say 16.
Ooh. You're close. You're only 4 off. It's 20.
20.
The 20 is at the very top of the board. So you got 1, 5, and 20.
20.
All in a little pie shape up there at the top.
And I knew it had to be an even number, and it felt like... that felt...
Yeah, those are actually fantastic numbers. You want to try and aim for the 1, 5, and 20s when you're narrowing down your score.
So all you furs that are coming to A&W and or Get Out the Float, notice I said A&W there because, yeah. But all you furs that are coming to A&W and or Get Out the Float, you can get tips like this and more from our local furry dart expert, Mr. Rayne Raccoon.
Yes. All right.
I love making you do things, Rayne. That's amazing.
I know you do. I've noticed that. But I don't mind because I have fun when I'm doing things.
Yay. I make you do fun things. I don't make you do bad things.
You haven't made me do any bad things so far. So I'm going to say you're on a winning streak. So, Taebyn, guess what?
What?
We did it.
We did.
It's almost like we know what we're doing after 4 seasons.
We do. What did we
did
know
the
what
show.
we're doing? We did. Oh my cow! I didn't even know it happened. How did that even happen?
I don't know. And like an hour and a half has already just flown by. Like
I thought I was just talking to you.
fast.
I didn't think we even started the show yet. I was just having fun talking to you for an hour and a half. But look at this.
Yeah. So, dear listeners, the entire BFFT staff would like to thank you for listening. Remember, you can support us by subscription on the pod on Buzzsprout, donations at Coffee or Patreon, or by purchasing merch on Bonfire, Fourth Wall, or Redbubble. And before I hand it over to Taebyn to say goodbye, I want to say, Mubarak Fluff, stay furry and be kind to yourself and each other. Taebyn, take it away.
Mubarak Fluff indeed. All you furs, it's been great being back. I've had a really good time on the show, talking with Rayne and talking at and barking at all you furs. It's been a really good show. It's been a really good time. Thank you for helping me have a good time, Mr. Rayne, and all you furs out there.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for helping me have a good time. Easy for me to say. Words are hard.
Easy for you to say. It's like Swiss cheese. It's very hard.
Very hard.
Yeah, it's been really great being back. I've missed being on the show for the past few weeks, so this has been great. I've had a lot of fun. I feel
We've
like
missed having you as well.
Been great. Well, thank you. That's even better. That furs actually like me. That's really great. So yeah, so all you furs, can't wait to see you at cons next year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Hug you tight with pausies and all that good stuff. So we hope we've entertained you also and educated you on things, and you've been enjoying this episode. And I guess I'll just say until next time, can't wait to bark at you again. Mubarak Fluff, stay furry. Bark, bark.
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerves studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at barelyfurcasting.com. The opinions expressed here are those of the hosts and the guests, and no commercial compensation was granted. The Furcast is produced, recorded, and directed by Barely Normal aka Mike Began, and is edited by Barely Normal and co-producer Rayne Raccoon. This week's episode was produced, recorded, and edited by Rayne Raccoon. Opening and closing theme music as well as some interstitial music was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by our music associate Regday with Damian Tanuki. If you would like to hear more music by Regday, you can search for Tweezer Beak on Bandcamp or Hoop Loop Tunes on SoundCloud. Other interstitial and background music by Shane Ivers through silvermansound.com, Gator Tots on SoundCloud.com, and the YouTube Free Use Library. Social media presence is maintained by Ziggy the Meme Weasel. Transformation Station was created by Lux Operon and is produced, directed, and edited by Rayne Raccoon. You can send us a message via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFT chat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. The show is supported through subscriptions on barelyfurcasting.com, donations at ko-fi.com/barelyfurcasting, or through Patreon at patreon.com barelyfurcasting. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.